Hello guys, we are back with our next lecture. In this lecture, let us go through the concept of a Google file system, guys. Guys, if you ask me, the most important question in this particular unit will be about these file systems only, guys. You can expect a direct question as a full LAQ or a part of an LAQ about Google file system. Okay. Yes, so basically Google file system, so from the name only you can say, so who created it or who is the developer, guys? It is nothing but Google, right? Yes, so Google file system, that in short it is called as a GFS, is a scalable distributed file system, that is nothing but DFS, created by Google and developed to accommodate Google's expanding data processing requirements. So how many of you know what are all the services that are provided by Google, guys? So we hardly know a few. So basically like YouTube, Gmail, okay, AdSense, okay, moving on, Google Photos, Google Drive, like this we know a very few, right? Okay, so now once open your Chrome and log into your account, and you will be having some squares, guys, 9 squares. Okay, so once click on it, on the right side you will be having, guys. So once it opens, you will be finding around 10 to 15 services which are provided by Google, guys. So if there are that many services, all those things should be stored somewhere. There will be many things included in it, right? Yes, so everything will be managed by this Google file system only. The concept behind storing all those things is the Google file system, guys. It's really easy and simple, guys. Just to concentrate for around 5 to 10 minutes maximum, that's it. Okay, yes, so GFS provides fault tolerance, reliability, scalability, availability and performance to large networks and connected nodes. So whenever you are using any kind of services, there is a very less chance you might face some issues. That is really rare, guys. In simple words you can say. Got it? Yes. So now let us first understand the architecture diagram. So once you see the architecture diagram, so what is this? There are many things how we can remember it. You might be having a doubt, right? Yes. So I'll be just going in a flow, guys. So I'll be showing you in terms of a flow only, just to understand. Okay. So assume that you want to open a particular file. You know the file name. Okay. Yes. So you are opening it from an application. Okay, so this is the application on which you are clicking it, you are doing it on Chrome, assume in that way. Okay, in Chrome you are trying to access your Google Drive, and inside your Google Drive there are some files which you want to open. Okay, yes, so your application is Google Drive, and once you click something, so the request from your end, from the user, it will be sent via GFS client, guys. So basically Google file system client is you itself. Okay, so you will be sending a request to GFS master file namespace. So I think everyone knows namespaces, right? So basically namespace is nothing but it is a hierarchical structure, like where to find your particular file. So basically you can find somewhere in that particular tree structure. So that tree is nothing but the namespace, guys. Okay, yes. So while requesting, you will send the file name. So basically what file you have clicked. Similarly the chunk index. So basically chunk index is a terminology. You'll understand, guys, don't worry. Okay, so assume it is nothing but the starting index of your file. Okay, yes. So once you send that request, the master will check in which chunk it is there, and it will say that it is in that particular chunk in that location. So it will give you that information. So once you get that information, you will now directly communicate with the chunks. So these are GFS chunk servers, guys. Okay, you'll be having multiple of them. Okay, yes. So you'll be communicating directly with these chunk servers, and you will get the data. So this is the exact flow, guys. Got it? It's really simple, right? So you will request the GFS, he will say something, you will go and search for it, you will get your data. So basically he will say the exact address, you will go to that address, you will get your data. Simple, right? Yes. So now let us go through the terminology. Okay, yes. So cluster. Okay, so Google organizes the GFS in clusters of computers. A cluster is simply a network of computers. Okay, each cluster might contain hundreds or thousands of computers. Within GFS clusters, there are 3 kinds of entities: client, master and server. Okay, right. So few of you might have got some information from it, and few of you might not got anything from it, right? Yes. So let me explain it. So whenever in Google you type data centers, okay, so whenever you type a data center word and you go for images, you will be getting a box. Inside there are some multiple systems, right? So you'll be seeing only CPUs there, right? So it looks like CPU, right? Yes. So you'll be having some motherboard and they will be processing, right? Yes. So these things are called as a clusters, guys. So basically these are a collection of multiple systems. Okay, yes. So clusters is a multiple system. So they might be of tens, hundreds or thousands also, right? Yes. So this is a cluster, guys, in simple words. Okay, yes. So GFS also uses these clusters only. So basically there will be some thousands of clusters. Okay, so using all those things, it will be giving you the data and it will be doing all the things. So basically it is having three different parts, you can say. That is your client, master and chunk server. So client is nothing but you, master is nothing but the replier who is saying the exact address, and the chunk server is nothing but who is storing the data. Got it? Yes. Simple, right? Yes. Let us continue. So client. So client is the one who makes the request. Like we are the users, you are searching for file, right? So you are the client. So request can range from retrieving and manipulating the existing file. So in a drive, you can delete the file, you can edit the file also, right? Yes. And you can open the file also. So there are multiple operations. So all these operations are accommodated here, right? Yes. Similarly, master. So master is the mediator, you can say, okay, the one who coordinates for the cluster. So basically he is the one who is saying go there, right? So he will be giving you the exact address and you will be going there. So in that way he is guiding you, right? Yes. So he keeps active logs and all activities, all take care about the metadata changes and namespaces. So basically I told you, right? So he also stores the namespaces. And one more thing I missed is that he frequently communicate with the chunk servers and he will get to know which chunk servers are alive. Okay, so basically as we know, the data is always stored in multiple chunk servers, guys. So assume that you stored a file ABCD. Okay, so that file will not be stored in a single chunk server. It will be replicated in multiple chunk servers because some server might have an issue at some moment of time. So that is the reason why the data is replicated all the time. So if you want how many times it will replicate, the answer is 3, guys, for it. The minimum count is 3. So any data which you store in the GFS will replicate in 3 servers. And if you are having some package or if the data is really important, you can change this number also, right? Yes. Okay, yes. So it will always instruct the chunk servers whether they are alive or not. So that's a simple question, right? So they will respond, I am alive, with a signal. Got it? Yes. Okay, so that is also collected by the master server and he is the one who will take care. Like basically he is the one who is saying, right? So go to that chunk handler. So basically chunk handler 1, chunk handler 2. So he will go say to go to chunk handler 1 in chunk location 2000, you can find your file. So in that way he will say, guys. Got it? Yes. So the last is nothing but your chunk server. So remember one more thing. So inside chunk server, you will be having some small static chunks or file chunks, they say, guys. Basically each file chunk is of a size 64 MB. Got it? Yes. So there are work horses of GFS. So basically these chunk servers are the main concept of this GFS, guys. So they are responsible of sharing the size of a 64 MB file chunk. Okay, so GFS copies every chunk multiple times and stores it in different chunks. So minimum of 3 copies can be done per user. If the user requirement is more, like he want to secure his data morely, he can even increase it. Okay, yes. So basically the clients will request. So based on its chunk server's message number, you will be getting your files. So basically the chunk master will guide you how to go, right? Yes. Okay, so the same exact flow I written in my own words, guys. So the exact thing how I explained to you, like how it is communicating, everything I have written. So file name and chunk will be sent. Okay, so once it is sent, you will be getting a reply, the exact chunk handler and chunk location. So once you get that reply, you will directly go to that chunk and you will get your data. Got it? Yes. Okay, so now you might be saying that, okay, so we got some idea, but exactly how the operation will be done. So you might ask me for a flowchart, right? So I have just drawn a flowchart for you, right? So initially the application will say the file name and the byte range. So I told you, right? So chunk index number. So that is nothing but the byte range. So it will send to the client. So client will convert it into file name and chunk index. And he will ask the master. So master will say you the exact location. You got it. You will now go to those chunk servers and you will get the data. So this is the read operation. Similarly, write operation also the same flow. Where you want to write, he will say the location to write. You will write in this server. So basically assume that you wrote G1 in this server. So once the writing process is done, it will replicate in other 2 servers, guys. So this is one concept. And the other concept is instead of copying directly to a chunk server, it will copy to a temporary server. I think primary chunk it is called as, not temporary chunk, primary chunk. So it will copy to a primary chunk and it will create 3 copies and it will delete in its location. So that concept or this concept will be used for writing the file, guys. Got it? Yes. So I hope everyone got some basic idea about this GFS, right? So basically there is a high chance that they could ask a GFS question directly, guys. So that is the reason why I explained you in this much depth. So now everyone can say the flow and everything, right? Yes. Okay, so in the next lecture, we will be discussing about Hadoop file system, but Hadoop is already covered in distributed system, guys. So that is the reason why I'll be linking you back to those lectures, guys. Okay, so once you have listened to those lectures, you'll be coming back to popular general purpose cloud storage. So basically, we'll be discussing about Dropbox, Google Drive, and all those things. Okay, yes. So let us meet in the next lecture. Thank you. Thanks for watching.